Hello, it's Tuesday. How is everyone? It's very exciting that it's Tuesday. And it is the first Tuesday of the month. And so we have Project Recipe tonight. So that's very exciting. I was going to try to have a favorite Tuesday, but I really don't. I like that I mix it up because I know not everyone's into the same thing. So hopefully, if you are watching, you registered on DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com so that you'll get the PDF. If you sign up now, because it might not send you a reminder, my website, I can send it to you after. So, but it used to be in the confirmation. Now I think it's in the reminder. So anyway, might have to switch that up for next month. But anyway, welcome. We had a wonderful retreat. Yay. I'm so glad, Lori. We had a wonderful retreat this past weekend in Volano Beach. And every retreat is fun, even the 60-second retreat. Yes, it was my 60-second retreat this past weekend. And already looking forward to number 63, which will be in January. And I'm trying to map out when the 70th is because we've been doing the decades, and the 60 was really fun. And 70 will be a disco theme, but that probably won't be till 2025. But anyway, we can start planning our outfits and whatnot. So we do have an in the feed drawing tonight, and all you have to do, and many of you already have, thank you, have commented. Oh, I'm so glad that you've been looking forward to this, Kathleen, and it's so good to see everybody on here, Lori and Stacy and Katie and Barb and Deb. So if you are watching, make sure you comment, say hi. If you're new, tell us where you're from. I promise everyone's super friendly in the chat, and that's how you get entered to win $10 in CM credits. And I can't believe I just realized I didn't do a slide of the promo, because I was going to say whoever wins $10, it might burn a hole in your pocket and you might need to spend it immediately. I'm just going to hop over there. For those of you that haven't seen the post, the Black Friday promo, and I've seen this, many of the stores are doing this, right? It's getting earlier and earlier. It's the whole month of November now, apparently. So the Black Friday promo has started yesterday. And so if you spend, it's a buy get promo, which means if you purchase $150 in Creative Memory supplies, then you will receive your choice of one of 3 bundles, and all 3 bundles are still available, I should say. Now, a couple things I do want to point out. So this gnome one, Welcome Gnome, the first one that scrolls through, there's Welcome Gnome, and then there's a candle one, and then there's the little town one. Now, the third one, the not gnome one, but the little charming village, I'm sorry, that's what the punch is called, is a bring back punch. So it is a punch we've had before. So don't get yourself all excited and think it's new and do that and then be mad at yourself that you did. The candle one comes with a recipe template, which not everyone likes, but if you see it when it's scrolling by, maybe let me, how about I click this? And then we can just scroll down because it's spinning by so fast. So this is the Welcome Gnome, and it does come with a 12 by 12 paper pack, a little mini card set, a bag, the punch, embellishments, and it's 3 little gnomes on the punch. And then the candle lit bundle has a Hanukkah card, a birthday card, a Christmas card. It has this really cool recipe template, if you like those. And I like it because it's got all these little candles. That's super fun. And the punch is supposed to be a flame, But my daughter swam in high school and college and middle school and all of her life. There's a lot of water in her life. And so I immediately was like, I need those water drops. So if you have a pool or you live by the beach or all that, then maybe that's your the bundle you want. And then the Charming Village, as I said, that one is a bring back punch. So you might have, it's from 2019 and it was a Black Friday promo way back then, 4 years ago. So if you've been around a while, you may already have that one. And that comes with super cool paper and stickers and 3 little cards and embellishments. So in a bag. So that's that. Sorry, I can't believe I didn't um Oh, yes. Thank you, Stacy. I'm just coming back to the chat from showing. Yes, if you like and comment, that is great. Um, so yeah, new to you, Katie. And so many of you would like that. I've made some great cards with that Charming Village punch. So there's a virtual crop this coming weekend. And you know what that means? I will be giving away some CM credits next Tuesday. Well, not next Tuesday because you have till next Tuesday midnight, but it goes from November 10th to the 14th. And you post it. They'll Creative Memories will post sketches on Friday in the Creative Memories virtual crop group, and then you have all weekend to work on them. They're going to post them all on Friday. You have all the way till Tuesday midnight to work on them. What you want to do is hashtag Daytona area scrapbooking, whatever you upload, so that I can find it by Tuesday night, and then you will be entered to win CM credits. So I won't be awarding them, of course, until after the virtual crop's over. So anyway, I know some of you have participated in the past, so hopefully you'll have time this weekend to do that. Just get one up there. It's fun. Scrappy Happy Hours, that's this weekend, and that's in Port Orange at Persimmon Hollow Brewing. It's Sunday, November 12th at 4 p.m. So when you register, it's $15. You're going to get an 8x8 paper album, and it also includes 15 photos. I already received photos through Facebook Messenger from somebody. I've already printed them. They're ready to go. So all you have to do is message them, text them, email them, however you can get them to me, I will print them for you. The reason I did that is because the first 2 times I offered a paper album class, honestly, people just brought way too many photos and they were overwhelmed and they didn't leave with a finished album, which if you're just, it's just a small little album. And so you should be able to finish it in 2 hours flat. So we'll work from 4 to 6. You'll have plenty of time. You can stay, have something to eat, have a beer, have an iced tea, whatever floats your boat. They have great pizza there. It's going to be really fun. So get together with your Scrappy friends this Sunday. Techie Tuesday is going to be a noontime, as it has been, because that is my 25th anniversary. And Brendan and I were joking that seems like, we've been celebrating our 25th anniversary all year. Every time I post a picture of the 2 of us and say something about 25 years, everyone starts wishing us happy anniversary. Our anniversary is November 14th, 25 years. But we've been celebrating since our trip to Ireland in April. So it just feels like it's kind of like celebrating your whole birthday month. We've just been celebrating our 25th anniversary for months and months and months. But it's fun. I think we recognize we're really grateful, thankful that we can celebrate 25 years because not many people get to do that. So Techie Tuesday on my anniversary at noon. Laptop crop next Thursday. So you can bring your laptop, your iPad, your iPhone, whatever you want to bring, and bring it to Why Not West in Ormond. And you can organize your photos, delete them, edit them, whatever you need to do. If you are a digital scrapbooker, bring your laptop, work on that. And it's just a laid back time to get together with your friends. So if you don't digital scrapbook, you can just bring your whatever, you use to organize your photos. Like I said, you can delete all those pictures from the grocery store that are in your camera roll on your phone that you have to jump over every time you go to print photos or go through your photos. So it's just a laid back time to work on the digital aspect of what we do. So last time Faith was ordering pictures from her phone, uploading them to print. So if you're a traditional scrapbooker and you need to print, you can do that there. It's whatever. If you have any questions, you could always ask me because I'll be there. And I do, I've shown 3 different ways to digital scrapbook. So I'll be there with my laptop. So if you have questions, even if you have questions, that's a good time to do it. Just go online, register, show up that night, ask the questions that you want to ask me. All right. So November 28th, card class. So these are, I usually don't do like Christmas cards because some people send photo cards and that kind of thing. So I tried to think outside the box. This November, I decided I did want to do a set. And since it's always the last week, it's practically December. And so there's like the thinking of you at Christmas. Maybe you need to send that to a friend that's going through a hard time, or this is a hard time of year for them. There's one that says your kindness means everything. Thank you. Warm birthday wishes to you. So they're kind of out of the box Christmas cards. They're not really Christmas cards. They're kind of, the one little tree says, I think it says Merry and Bright. So I guess that one can be a Christmas card. The other one says sending you joy. So again, that can be just kind of a thinking of you or a birthday card. So like I said, we all know people that have birthdays in December. And so it's kind of like a little Christmas-ish, holiday themed birthday cards, thinking of you, thank you, that kind of thing. So anyway, hopefully you like them. And I'm excited. So now it's time for me to prep them. It's my favorite time of the month. Start cutting all the things and stamping the things. Sometimes my creative self makes a design element that I really am like, really, Tara, why did you do that? And on one of the cards, there's several lines of perforation to give like the stitching look with our perforating blade. If you don't have one, you should get one. It's really fun. But that's what I'm going to be hating when I'm prepping these card kits is doing the perforations. But that's okay. That's my problem. All right. So open house. I see that many of you have RSVP'd. That's awesome. So I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Saturday to Monday. So all the days I'll be offering virtual appointments. So if you sign up and I see that you are someone that lives in Kentucky or Colorado or wherever, I'll assume that you're not actually stopping by. We'll communicate and we'll set up a time where I can give you a tour of the open house, but that way you'll be able to put tickets in for things and you will be able to participate from afar. So that's worked out well. I've started doing that obviously during COVID. But I've kept it up because we have so many scrappy friends from all over. And this is one of my most fun events of the year. And I give away lots of really awesome prizes. And I want everyone to be able to participate if they want to. So Jumpstart January. Oh, I need to fix this slide. Is on its way. I mean, I would say we're halfway full. And I just put this out like 2 weeks ago, maybe, or a week ago. So if you plan to jumpstart in January with us and ring in the Scrappy New Year, you will want to get registered for that. There are full and half tables available. You can come Friday and or Saturday, and I hope you will join us. We are raising money for local veterans at Jumpstart January. It's our give back to the VFW, where we have 3 events a year, 4 events next year. All right. And then Retreat to the River, St. Simon's Island, Epworth by the Sea. This is a photo I took in March when we were there. This is right outside the scrapbooking room. It has windows all along the side. I stepped outside for this photo, but beautiful sunsets and sunrises right there on the Frederica River. So that is on St. Simon's Island, Georgia. From Port Orange or Daytona Beach, it's like 2.5 hours. So you can adjust your time. If you live north of here, it's less. If you live south of here, it's more. But it is a great location. So 8-foot tables. Everyone gets their own if they want, although you can choose to share and you get a little bit of a discount. Plenty of tables, but like I said, we do offer the share because like my mom comes and she cannot hear very well. If we were on 2 separate 8-foot tables, we'd never be able to talk. We'd have to phone each other to talk. That room is, just so big. So we like to share an 8-foot table. It just is more fun for us. So that's up to you guys. Many thanks if you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. I so appreciate that. And I love the comments that people leave. So thank you. And if you're on my card class subscription, I didn't mention that when I mentioned the card class. If you're on subscription and you kind of get behind on a couple months, this is the best and fastest way for you to catch up on your card kits, because you can go right to the card kit playlist and go straight to the month that you need to catch up on. All right. And as a reminder, if you haven't already, if you're watching and you haven't commented, make sure you like and comment on this live so that you are entered to win. That is how the little bots put your name in the drawing. So if you're watching and you haven't said anything, make sure you comment. Just say hey, say something in the chat so that the bot knows you're here. Because it's just me over here in the studio and I can't write things down. I let the bots do that. All right, so now it is time for us to make a page. And I usually on Project Recipe Night will actually do a 2-page spread from a past retreat. And I am doing tonight, I'm doing Mount Dora in 2018, and this is October 2018, 20, 30. So this is retreat number 36 in October. So, and then we just had 60 something. So we're catching up. Every month I do, I do a retreat. And I every month I scrapbook a retreat, but every month I don't hold a retreat. So eventually I will catch up. And that will be super fun. All right, so let me make sure things are plugged in. Oh. I just bumped the cord, and that was exciting. Hopefully you can hear me. Let's check. Yep. I think everything is good on the hearing department. See, I tried to move this cord right here because it's annoying me, and that's when I lost you there for a second. Okay, so I have my paper picked. Hopefully you saw the picture I posted, and that was the reminder for tonight. So this is the project recipe. It's actually a pretty simple project recipe. Only requires your background sheets plus 2 sheets. That's it. The only other requirement you need is a border maker cartridge that stays attached. Now, in the recipe, and those of you that are new, maybe haven't watched before, I don't know that I've ever used the paper that was described in the project recipe, and that is by design. I do have this. It's brand new. I have this Nordic winter. Well, number one, I don't have many snow pictures at this point in my life as a Floridian. And I want you to know how valuable these project recipes are, that you can use them for any event. So that is why I always pick to do different punches and different papers so that you can see what they're like, to make it your own. So like I said, this was in Mount Dora, and we will be returning there in 2024. It's one of the faves. It's like Volano. I mean, we don't go pearl diving, but we always have a really fun time in Mount Dora. Okay, and I've never had a bad meal in Mount Dora. So I am using papers. This is one thing that I love about Creative Memories. Really, the paper, like, if you find the color you like, you can make it work. These are from 3 different paper packs. This was from like I forget what it was called. It was like so I was looking for like a peachy paper and like this orange. That's why I picked the orange. So those are my backgrounds. And then I just need the 2 that I'm going to cut. Now I'm going to have this all figured out. So both of them require a reverse. So the back of the paper does matter. Now you can always just say, no, I'm not going to reverse it. And that's why the new mountain punch is what is used in this design. And I thought it'd be kind of funny, like a little tongue in cheek to be like, since we were in Mount Dora, to do the mountains. But Mount Dora is like 26 feet above sea level or something, or 86 feet. It's not a mountain really that you would think of, but I thought that would be kind of funny. But in the end, I decided to use this one. But you do need to pick a border punch that stays attached to the paper, so you don't want it to fall away, because what we're going to do is punch along here and see that's that whole that bottom part. So it's gonna go here. So you want it to stay attached. So I decided to use this one, and I'm going to use this green for this large block here. So that means it's the blue paper. So I'm going to do that second. I'm going to do them in the right order. So I'm going to start with this orange paper here. That works. It's orange. So I will be using the reverse of this eventually. And so I'm going to check. It looks like bamboo on the back side. And so if I cut it in this orientation, then it'll be that way. And I kind of like it because it's going along the bottom, and I don't want the bamboo. I guess it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to cut it this way. I usually like to start with the first cut. And if I do, then I'm going to want to cut the 10 1/4 first. That actually will have to be my first cut. Otherwise, bloop, I'm going to cut through here, and then I'm going to have to, then it's going to be off. So I'm going to cut this first. I think that's the easiest. This is 12 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to actually turn it and cut to 1 3/4. Whoops, no. So 1 3/4 is out to this edge of the line. And when I'm cutting something that's 1 3/4 or less, I like to go this way so that, it has the rest of the trimmer to kind of lay on. Otherwise, I don't know. That's just the way I do it. Excuse me. Well, I try not to fall out of my chair to get the paper. Okay, so then my next cut, now that I cut here, is just going to be to cut here. And that is a 7 and a 5. Well, if I cut a 7, I have to fling this out, and I'm lazy. So I'm just going to cut the 5. I usually try not to do that because I'm not one of those people, but I understand that some of you get really uncomfortable when it comes to cutting. And so I really try to stay right to what this says and not throw in my own wiggly ways. But so I cut it 1 3/4. So now I have my 12 by 1 3/4 piece, and that's here. And then I cut. You need a 5-inch piece and a 7-inch piece. That equals 12. So that's it. 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to cut a border out of here. So I'm going to keep this one handy because we're going to cut all our borders. Okay. So now It says cut, then punch. So we're actually going to cut the strips first. So I'm going to cut the first two are 3 inches. So 3 inches, 3 inches. We're just going to go ahead and cut those. All right. And hi, Heidi. And thanks for the share, Faith. All right. So we're going to go 3 inches and 3 inches. And let's see. Now we're going to go to 2 inches. And then that leaves, we shouldn't have to cut anything. And that leaves 4 inches, and we don't. And we have a 4x6 and a 4x4. So I do have to flip out my guide and do a 6. And then I can close this back up again and do a 4. So this is the only little piece, and that's pictured right here, that we're not going to use, but you might find use for it later. All right, so now it's time for us to cut our borders. So we need to cut borders out of all 4 of these. So that will give me plenty of time to explain this border punch. Now, this one is an slightly older one, so it doesn't have black lines on the front. The newer ones actually have black lines down here inside the mouth and out on the edge so that you can see where that is. So if you're using a punch that doesn't have that, then you just want to kind of eyeball it. You can really start anywhere in this section, but just understand this is a representation of what is cutting straight below. So if you put the paper in just wherever, it's going to start wherever. So if you want it to start at the beginning of the design, then you either need to put it on this one or this one. You can also flip it over if you really want to make sure that you're starting it exact. So you can turn it over for that first punch if you want. Before you punch all the way through, don't punch it all the way through upside down. Flip it over and then punch. The reason I say that is because all those little thingies, all the little punch poop, can get caught in your punch. So if you leave it upside down to punch, you could run into trouble. And it's really just that first one, like I said, if you're really trying to be exact about it, because then you can just match up your design, make sure it's flush over here, and then punch. So you're just going to punch and feed. And this is how all of our punches like this with the little wings, how they work. And this punch has a nice punch. You heard it. The next one I'll punch the other direction. You can go either way, but the angle of the camera, which I didn't think was at an angle, but apparently it must be at a slight angle, but that way you can see it better. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to flip it over so that you can see how I'm lining up just that first one. I get it to bite so that I don't lose it, and then go ahead and punch it over. Flip it over and punch it. I should say punch it over. And now I can just go along. The key to this, you see, because there's a little gap here, is to not go crooked. And you want to keep it flush up against this back arm and then just cover over the design all the way. And there it goes. And you just keep doing that until it's perfect. And I guess I don't know. I started a little bit in on that side. So you can just either tear it off or just do like that. And then it'll just bite off that little end. Now, I don't really see anything usable in this punch poop. A couple times I've been tempted because, you know, like with the thinner paper, like, oh, I wonder if I could save a minute and do them both. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Ask me how I know. But I'm going to, while I have this turned over, I'm going to go ahead and start both of them. Then I don't have to do that again. So if you have trouble with things getting stuck in your trimmer and you turn it over, then try flipping it over to actually punch. Okay, and now we just have to do this one. And I could have put the other one right in, but this pie also starts to stack up underneath. So I have found that I will clear it. Like I'll do a whole one 12-inch strip and then clear like I just did. All right. So those two pieces are done. Now you'll want to close up your punch. I'll set it off to the side. I did bring this one out too. This was from a secret box, and I might make a little. I have some white cardstock sitting around. All right, so that's it. We've got all our pieces. Now it's just time to assemble. And so for that, we're going to get out this piece again and put all of our pieces together. Now, I know some of you like to actually label your pieces. You can either label the back or with a Post-it note. And because it helps you keep track of things, I usually just, the shapes are different enough that I can usually piece it together without labeling it. But I know some of them, like the Croptoberfest idea book, you were cutting multiple sheets of paper and it was for multiple projects. And that is an instance where I could see you might want to label them because you end up with a whole bunch of little pieces. Okay, so this is my background piece. And then we've got this piece here on the bottom. Now these, you can see that they're, well, you can't see, but they're cut. So you're going to trim pieces C and F at 5 and 7 to make those borders. I didn't trim them yet because I want to see how I like, well, I guess the trim doesn't have anything to do with that. But with this one, I might want to stagger them like this. And then in this case, I would cut off this end and boop, scoot it over here. And then this is supposed to be the reverse. But that light looks really funny way back there. If anything, I feel like it should go, well, wait, should it go light to dark, dark to light? I guess I could just stack it like that too. But I don't even have to use the reverse. I could just do it the same. But I do think I would need to stagger. What do you think? Stagger, right? I think that looks better to stagger. All right. So this, oh, well, not this, but these, I can cut them at the same time. So they need to be cut 5 and 7 so I can stack them on top of each other. And, oh wait. Well, I can do it on the 7-inch. let me, why don't I do this and get them lined up here. Everyone's like, what on earth is she doing? Right? It would have been just, this way I can see that stagger and I can get it lined up. But I want the green to be at the 5. And then I'm going to have to cut off this little bit over here. Helps if you can see. Okay. And then that will just go on to the end over here. See, I'll piece them together, and because it's getting sandwiched, no one will ever be the wiser. Well, you'll know, but you won't tell anyone. Okay. Back to the task at hand here. This is the 7-inch one, so that's going on the other page. This is going on the other page. Just these are going on this page. So we've got this here, these ones here, and this is going to go in between. It's going to match up like this. And then I'm going to tuck this little piece in here like that. And you're not even going to see where that cut is. Then I need to take this little piece, and that's going to help us to know how high everything needs to be. And then this is going to squish over a little bit. Ooh, look at that. Even that pattern matches up. So that goes right up to the edge of this. And then this little 4x4 piece is going to go here. And then our pictures are going to go there. Now, it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like much until the picture's put on. And sometimes I struggle with lots of patterns. We've got squares, we've got zigzags, we've got leaves, we've got a punch, we've got a lot. But we don't have tape runner. Oh, here it is. I keep my tape in here. This is a small pod. It's a great tool. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 of them out because this one I can see it never fails. The one that's first pick up is always looks like it's going to be empty. I'll probably use this one up. And so that's going like that. And then let's line this baby up again. My hair is just everywhere. I think that's the hardest part of this is matching these little guys up. But still, these project recipes are just, I feel like they come together so quickly. Does that look right? Should this one be down a little bit? Probably want that peeking up. Okay. I think that's good. I'm going to leave this one for now. I'm going to tack down this bottom. Or maybe just, actually, it kind of lines up right with that corner, which is good. So much for that. I will stick it, and then I'll just pick up the whole thing. This is probably just my tired brain making this part a struggle. And now it's crooked. Repositionable would have been good for right here. Good night. Actually, these maybe can be... I did want that one to peek through the top. So, there. Ish. Hello to everyone that just joined. Thank you for being here on a Tuesday night. I mean, I wouldn't say we're the Hot Mess Express already, but I might have to turn on my fan. Okay. Did I go over here? Why is this not lining up? Ugh, it's fine. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Kathleen. That's awesome. Yeah, you just gotta go. Gotta go with it. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one that really knows what the recipe was supposed to look like. So, you know, if something doesn't feel right to you, you gotta just change it up. And sometimes for me, it's just patterns that just get too much for me. And like I said, these are, I mean, I like the way these patterns are turning out. But once we get those pictures on, you know, most of the page is covered. So don't be afraid if you're someone that tends to just go to the, you know, go to the plains. More plain papers because you're, you know, you think it's going to look too busy. So this is a nice thing. These just go right up here. And then this goes. Maybe I'll start with this. Get that little guy off there. Well, maybe I won't put that all the way up the top. Then I can slide. This is one of those V8 nights. I need a V8. I'm crooked, super crooked. Okay. And then this, because we already cut the other one, apparently, now we can just slip that baby right in. And we had it matched. And then we'll add the last little piece. And this one, I forgot. These ones go together because they're one's a little bit wider than the other. And so you can layer it right on top of each other. Oh, that's fun. I already put the adhesive on. And to Kathleen's point, I mean, I think that's why some people like the sketches, and some people like the sketches that didn't have the dimensions on it, because the dimensions, like I said, there's some people are challenged by rulers, and so then spatially they could just figure it out. But once like inches and quarter inches and stuff were involved, then people like that just made them panic. But I love that now Creative Memories puts the measurements on the sketches, because that just helps me. Because you can always, if you make a wrong cut or whatever, you can always switch things up if you need to. All right, so that is our page so far. Is that up as high as it can go? Nope, but now my camera, what's happening here? There we go. It's a little better. Now we can go ahead and lay out our pictures. And some of our Scrappy friends that were here in 2018 are in the chat tonight. This, I like to, of course, put the group photo. And then we've got Tracy and Stacy on there. And, oh, I'm not even looking. So this is a 4x4, a 4x4, a 3.5 by 3.5. I'm going to go 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 because I don't love a super fat mat. And then this will be 3 3/4 by 5.5. But I do need to pick which one. So this will be a 4x4.
I guess that one will be the one, just because the lake is a little washed out in that one. All right, so now that I've got that figured out, thanks, Jacqueline. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, these are from 4 different, 4 different, 3 different paper packs. All right, so this is my trick. I think I've showed this before, but if this was going to be a 4x4, I look at where the 2 is, and that's where I'm going to be in the middle. It's going to be 3.5 or 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to go a little off that as the middle and go from there. And that way I know where to cut. And I want to kind of keep the sky. So I'm going to cut off the bottom of that one. And then now I've got a thinner mat around this one. If I decide I want a thicker mat, I can always change it. I'm going to leave these 4x6. These are 4x4. I'm going to take off a little bit more of the bottom that way I get the horizon in the lake. And these ladies, let's see, go 4x4. And then this one, we just need to cut a little bit off. I'm going to go a little bit off of each side on this one. And on the bottom, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch. And if you don't know this trick, this is a 1/2 inch wide. So I will bring the picture out and kind of feel with my hand and go there. So that, because you can't go to 5.5 there. I did a 1/2 inch though instead of a 1/4, so now I got to take more off the sides. Ugh. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so then my mat's all uneven. Now it's better, but now I feel like I gotta fix this one and go to what the recipe says. I'm gonna leave that little lamp out there if I can. I don't know if I can. And it just feels like I'm cutting so much off that. All right. So that's it. Simple, super simple layout. Now, I also like to show that with a layout like this, of course, I'll need to put a title, and I'll have to, have room for a journal box. But the journal box, I mean, that can even go along the bottom here, or this can be the title. So there are pockets for more pictures. I know one of the things I hear a lot is, oh, I'd like to use this. I like this layout, but it doesn't have enough pictures. Like I like to fit more pictures. You could totally do a circle right here. You could do a circle here. You could do an oval here. You could do a circle here. You could do a circle here. You could add another rectangle here. So this particular layout has a lot of options. You got 6, I could go 7, 8, 9. I mean, you could fit 9 pictures easy on this, and I didn't have to trim them way down. We've got 4x4s and 4x6s basically. So then you can add some more circles on there. So, so when you're looking at layouts, I'm just going to get some repo and put some repositional on here because that's annoying me. It keeps flinging up. Yeah. So when you look at a layout, or if you're looking at a sketch and you're like, oh, I like it, but that's not going to work. Think about where you can put some circles or add some other things. This is definitely, if you're someone that likes to mat, like you could definitely grab a piece of white cardstock or another solid, or another piece of paper that you have, and mat some. Okay, so that is that. Now I did grab, if you haven't had fun with the Totally Tonals yet, these are the Totally Tonal stickers. I grabbed the avocado green. The Kelly green might be a more on part. I'm not really, I like the avocado because we got some dark green foliage. So I can do Mount Dora, something down here. And then, let's see, we've got snapshots. That might be cute. And we've got all these little white, so for the record, create, smiles for days, enjoying these moments, picture perfect. I can put so darn cute. Now this is Debbie and her sister from Hawaii who came out for this retreat. She didn't come out for this retreat. Debbie's son got married around this time. And so her sister was here from Hawaii. And so that was fun that we got to meet Debbie's sister. And for me, this is the hardest part, is trying to find pictures. I mean, trying to pick stickers. So I've got snapshots. I'm going to put that up here. Oh, I was going to do a little thing, and then making memories. Put that here. But there's all kinds of all these other little arrows and little tapes and little hearts. These little hearts are super cute. I'll put another heart over on this side on Tracy and Stacy. So I've added some little stickers, and now I can go and add a journal box and add my title and add the date and all of the fun things. But I won't do that right this second because it is 5 to 8. We're doing good. I'd like to get you out of here by 8 o'clock so that you can move on to other things. And I appreciate you all hanging out with me tonight. But yeah, so now I will do my title, do my journal. And that's a wrap for October 2018 retreat to the Lakeside Inn, Mount Dora. And what did I say? That was number 36. And if you haven't checked out the Totally Tonal, definitely do that. I know I've used them before on my lives. This is what the baby blue looks like. And they have different sayings. Like this one says, what's left here? Blessed, always in my heart, simply the best. So these little white things you can use anywhere. And then I've got the red in here. This part is the same, but the little white chips, at least, are different on this one. This one says, joy, you're the best. So if you don't have these in your collection, they come in really handy for something that you don't really have like stickers for. Like, yeah, we have scrapbook stickers, but they don't match this layout. So this is a perfect example to use something like this, because then you can match the color, not the theme, because we don't have, different, scrapbook, since this is a retreat. And that's a cool way to do the layout too. Do it the other way, like this. So this is an easy, and you can also do it like this. Well, that makes this a problem. But you could cut them, instead of 7 and 5, you could cut that 6 and 6. So this is a really adaptable project recipe. I hope that you will use it, and I would love to see your creations. So definitely add them to the comment section and show us what you when I bumped my camera. Let me see here. Cords are so temperamental. I know I lost sound for a second. Let's see if I can get my face back on here. Hey, I'm back. All right, let's see who our lucky winner is, shall we? So this is for $10 in CM credits. And if you missed the beginning, go back and watch the section about the promo, because you can use that $10 to help with the promo. Because some other places, if you have to reach a certain level, if you use a gift certificate, it comes off that. So right now the buy get is you have to spend $150 and you get to pick a bundle. And so some other, websites, if you use a $10 gift certificate, then now you have to spend another $10. But that isn't the case at creativememories.com. That will come off of, you'll still have you'll have achieved the $150. So I think I like that, especially if you have more than $10. And Faith was our big winner last week because she won for Croptoberfest. She won $100. So she can use that and she'll just be paying $50 on her order. So that's super exciting. All right, well, let's do our drawing, and hopefully whoever wins is in the chat, because it is an in the feed drawing, so you do have to be present to win. And it's Lori. Are you still here, Lori? Did you stay, Lori? Are you here? Yay! Congratulations, Lori. You are the winner. So I will put that into your account as soon as we get off here. So thank you, everyone, for being on here tonight. It's truly, when I say that I hosted my 60-second retreat, I don't say that lightly. I, am so grateful for the opportunity to have done this as long as I have, for 23 years. I'm hosting my 24th open house, and it's a blessing. And so I'm so thankful for your orders, for your business, for your friendships, and for all of those times that we get to spend together over in person, over Zoom, Facebook Live, YouTube, wherever. So I appreciate our Scrappy community that you are all a part of, and you have no idea how much that means to me. So thank you all very much. And until I see you all again, which hopefully for some of you will be this coming Sunday at Persimmon Hollow Brewing for our 8x8 album. But if not, then I'll see you next Tuesday. So until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.